Hey guys, I'm Landon.
And I'm Gia.
And welcome to Two Trans Girls.
And One Topic.
Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be filming the newest series segment to my YouTube channel that I want to introduce. I've had this idea for a long time. I've told you about it for a long time. And now we're finally sitting down and filming it.
She finally called me today, last minute.
Oh, whatever.
Girl,
I've been waiting in the parking lot for 30 minutes for this bitch. Anyway, so this is my best friend Gia. We're both,
twins.
transformers.
Twins genders.
Yeah, so we're both unique women, unique specimens. And yeah, I've had this idea for a long time. What this is pretty much going to be is two trans girls, one topic. So we're going to switch up the topics like every episode and talk about something new with two different perspectives. Like Gia and I are different ages. She's
a little older, not a lot.
She's 20 something years old. And yeah, we're different ages, we're different races, both different like backgrounds completely. So I just feel like we both have a different transition, like our transition. Yeah, perspective. And our transitions have been very different. Very different. So yeah, without further ado, but yeah, so today's first episode, just to kick things off, I feel like we're just gonna kind of like introduce ourselves to you guys. And what'd you say?
My titties are itchy, like.
Oh, she's feeling herself up. But today's episode is definitely gonna be, so I feel like we should share like our coming out story or like how we knew we were trans and just like introduce ourselves. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, well, I'm 19 years old and I started transitioning in 2016. Like, actually no, 2015 I started transitioning, like the second semester of my junior year. And I'm now 20, almost 21 now. So when did you start transitioning?
I'm 28.
Oh, but she looks good, honey. That's what,
She's immortal.
She's immortal, honey. It's them hormones.
I think I started about, it's going on 5 years now.
5 years. So I'm like 3-ish, like, yeah, like 3 years, 5 years. So we're still pretty close. And the same thing, I started a little bit younger. So does that mean you started at like 23?
Around that time.
Yeah. Did you always kind of like know?
I mean, I never felt comfortable as, a boy.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like so insecure. I did not have the, I guess, I did not feel comfortable with myself.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way too. I feel like I kind of always knew, like growing up when I was like really young, I felt like I was a girl, but obviously to everyone else I wasn't. Like obviously I was like a little boy. So
they're like, oh, gay or something. They think,
They just think you're like gay or like flamboyant and everything. And it was so much more than that for me. Like I just felt really, I don't know. And I knew I liked boys from an early age. Like I still like liked girls and had crushes on girls. But I knew I liked boys. So when everyone was calling me gay, I was like, oh, I guess I am gay. I just thought
it's
that's
just
what
the
it was.
Stereotypes,
Right, because I didn't really know what like trans people were.
I didn't either.
I just saw Jerry Springer and those people would always just be like, I'm a dude. They weren't women.
Yeah, I mean, it was just
like tacky and scary.
No, yeah.
I don't know. So that was like my only.
I guess it was very exploited.
Yeah. They were exploiting trans women, making us out to be these men in wigs. Like, no, ma'am.
Like, Maury, that's the man.
Yes, that's a man, Maury. Jerry. And so it was all about like the shock value on Jerry Springer, because it'd be like, I'm a dude, and then they're like, oh my God, it wasn't like, it was just so
I think that's what really started that stereotype, like.
That we're like tricking men, and that we're just like, we're not really women.
That's where guys get these ideas, I think.
For real, that's why they're all crazy. That's a whole other video.
You need to stop watching Maury and Jerry.
Like, honey, no one really ever shows like trans women like us. They always want to show like this made up or like
They
just
want the drama. They
unrealistic.
live for the drama.
Yes. So I don't know. I just felt like when I came out, I just started growing and growing, and I like when I would play games as a kid, I was always like a girl character. Were you that way?
Yes.
We would play like pretend, and I would be the girl. But when you're young, no one cared. Like my friends never questioned, really. Like they let me just be a girl. Or my neighbors, I would wear girls' clothes, and when we'd all play dress up, and they didn't even like say anything.
I would wear my mom's heels, my mom's dresses.
No,
Bitch,
same.
I was bald, but
You couldn't tell me nothing.
No, I would get a t-shirt and like put it over my head and like.
No, I know. I used to do that too. Or stick like a rag on my head in the bathtub and just be like inches. Like I thought I had all the hair. For real, it was not cute. But no, and then so did you come out as like gay first?
Well,
Or
yeah,
not
I mean,
even that?
I did not know what trans was, in the beginning, but I just never knew. Like even after, having that little moment and all that, I didn't feel comfortable.
And is your family like? What is their religion? Are they like Catholic?
Jehovah's Witness.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you serious? You're a Jehovah's Witness.
What do you think? I was knocking on your door and I'm like, Jehovah's Witness.
Nuh-uh. This girl I follow, I don't know if I'm correct, Eden the doll, like her family was Jehovah. She's Latin, too, and they grew up Jehovah's Witness. Did you really grow up Jehovah's Witness?
Yes.
I thought you were like Catholic.
No. Okay, she's stereotyping right now.
No, I didn't mean. Like I thought you were. So you guys are Jehovah's Witness?
Yes.
Are they still? Are they kind of like? Are they?
No, they're still, yeah. My mom wasn't, but now she's like very religious.
So was she like cool with you being just gay? Were they
she
okay
was
with that?
cool either way. She always told me as long as you're happy, I'm happy.
That's
now
cool.
that she's like become very religious, I mean, she's still the same. She still defends me.
So they were religious, but it never really got in the way. They never told you no or did like disowned you for anything like that, right? So when you started, like when
I think for me, I was old enough, to just do whatever I wanted to do.
Right. Did you so when like the trans thing started, like when you started realizing and coming into your own, were you scared to tell them?
I was terrified, bitch.
Because you're like, I'm not gay, honey. Like, I'm a woman.
I'm like, this is a whole nother ball court,
It's like something completely different.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just, being gay or, coming out as gay. No, it's more like,
you're changing.
Medically and physically, you're going to change,
And this is kind of like saying, like, I'm not your son anymore. I'm your daughter. So I feel like that's like a huge thing for like a parent to take in. Because especially because if you started transitioning at like 23, that's 23 years of knowing you as a male or like identifying you as male. Like that's how mine was, like for like 16 years, like I was my mother's son. So just being like, yeah, I'm your daughter.
How did your mom react? What was her initial reaction?
When I first told Debbie, like, that's my mom's name, Little Miss Debbie. But when I first told Debbie, like, I tried to come out my sophomore year at a cheerleading banquet. Like I was gonna wear a dress to this banquet.
Oh, that's right. You did.
Yeah, so I was supposed to wear like I pretty much was really flamboyant as like a gay male. Like I was wearing girls' clothes pretty much and like makeup. I wasn't wearing dresses yet or anything too crazy, but I looked very androgynous, think like Gigi Gorgeous or like Jeffree Star, like just wearing girls' clothes, very flamboyant. And so things like dances and banquets or weddings, like things where it was like you had to dress up, I always like shut down because I couldn't wear, like I wasn't quite ready or comfortable to be wearing dresses, but I hated wearing suits. Like I hated when things made me like have to be really manly. But anyway, I decided to wear this dress I bought at Charlotte Russe for like $5.99 off their little sale rack, and I hid it in my closet for this event. And I told myself, I'm wearing a dress, like I feel comfortable with my cheer friends and my cheer family, so I'm gonna wear this dress to this to this banquet. And it was my first year lettering and getting awards, so me and my mom were meeting there, and I texted her and I was like, hey, I'm wearing this dress to a banquet, like I just want to be myself, and like just pretty much coming out to her, pretty much saying like I think I'm a girl. And I get to the banquet and she's still not there, and then I get a text message from her and she's like, I'm sorry, I won't be coming to the banquet. And I literally started bawling, but like trying to keep it together. And so when I first tried to come out, it didn't really go well. So then I kind of like kept educating her over time, and then eventually we got to a place where she knew I was serious. and it wasn't like a phase or just something like, you know, like she knew it was like who I was. So, ooh, she's choking.
I need my cigarettes.
So yeah, I just like told her and she took it and okay. I don't know. Do you remember having like your defining moment where you just were like, I need to transition? Or like a moment where you
Yeah,
knew...
I mean, it was for me, I was living a lie, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I
felt like that too.
Yeah, but then it just got to the point I was like depressed, basically.
Same. I cut all my hair off, tried to be a boy, and then I was like, oh my God, this is the worst pain. I literally was so depressed. I thought about like killing myself, and it was so hard. Ooh. So I don't know. I just have this. I started telling friends slowly, like, hey, I think I want to be a girl. Like, I'm so unhappy being a boy. And then like eventually then I came out and it was like crazy.
Crazy.
Did you like have any friends who were already trans or like?
Yeah, I did meet like just going out, you know, at the gay bars and everything. Like I did meet some trans people, and that's what I was like. Oh, so that's
a trans person.
Yeah.
You're like, it's possible. I can do this.
So I'm like, you know, I got to know them. I became friends with them, and that's when I was like, okay, this is the life that I was meant to live. You know,
like as a girl and everything. Did when you were a boy, did you like date? Like, did you have boyfriends and stuff, or not really? Because I never did. Like, I was very feminine and flamboyant, so guys were like, "You're a girl now." Like, gay dudes did not like me at all.
I dated, but no.
Not really. All the guys that wanted me were like secretive and like they were liking me because it was like I was feminine and stuff.
She was the best of both worlds.
Well, I don't know. I was just this little like gay boy in lipstick. So, I don't know, but it was just so I just remember like coming out finally, and then I had to like. I don't know. It was just really scary, and my family was super cool with it, all of them, for the most part.
Did you like right off the bat? Did you start dressing up, or did you like?
Well, right off the bat, like when I decided to transition, like I was already dressing up, but I really took it there afterwards. Like I was wearing dresses now, and like straight up girls' clothes, like all the way. Like I was wearing dresses. I started wearing my extensions because my hair was like about to like here, you could say, like kind of shorter. And so then and it was brown, and I just started wearing extensions and like dresses and kind of heels-ish. So I just really took it there, and then like changed my pronouns. But I remember like my coming out, what I did to just get it out of the way is like I uploaded a YouTube video. It's my first ever video on my channel, and I uploaded it to YouTube and my Facebook, and I was just like,
there you go.
just so all you guys know that this is what's gonna happen. So that's like how I came out, and I got a really good response from it.
That's good. You know, not
it seems
a lot
like
of people.
So long ago now, you know.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
I don't even like looking back at that life, you know.
Right. So for you, I'm very open and very, very public on all my platforms. Are you like that, or like when you first started, were you?
I mean, I tend to keep it very low key, you know.
You don't like announce it to the world.
No.
Yeah. For real. Because I know.
See, it's like very different. She's like very.
I'm very out there with it, and like, well, and I won homecoming, so it was on the news. So now I'm like, I've been outed pretty much in Kansas City. So I've just owned it, and I just try and like.
Just own it, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like the more people see like trans women, or
they learn more.
It becomes more normal, so I try and keep it open. Sometimes I wish I had a more like I could live more stealth,
yeah,
and not really have anyone
I mean,
know.
either way, it can be difficult. You know, either way, being trans is, you know, not
easy.
It's not easy peasy.
No, and so I don't know. And it's just always complicated when people don't know. So sometimes I'm just upfront with people knowing, because then you have to worry about people finding out. And I just feel like I'm hiding something. Maybe dating wise, I don't know. Dating wise is a whole other story. We'll definitely talk about that for us. But yeah, I don't know, like coming out. Oh, I don't know. It was like the best thing for me though. I feel like it's just
You felt free.
And I don't know, did you ever have like anyone not be okay with it in your family, or anyone like not take it well?
I mean, either way, I mean, no, I really didn't have anyone just being negative.
Right. And sometimes I feel bad saying that too, because mine wasn't too hard either, and I know so many people get like kicked out of their house.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, oh, if that happened to me, like it would have been a totally different story if my parents wouldn't have been supportive.
I mean, I'm lucky that my family, like, they're very supportive, and you know.
Mm-hmm. And you were kind of older too. Were you already out of the house when you came out?
But yeah, like I said, I was like on my own. I was independent. So.
Right, so it's like your decision. Yeah, and it's kind of harder, like with like me, I was still at home, or people like who are, they're young, like people are coming out at like 10 and younger now, like I'm trans, and I'm like, that is so awesome that we've gotten to a point like that, but it's also a different realm, because when you are at home, you're thinking about like, it's more about like, am I going to get kicked out? Is my parents going to be supportive? A, B, and C, and you have to like almost play it smart in a way, and like strategically, because you do want to make sure you're happy, but you also want to make sure like you can transition safely.
And the good thing is that it's like not taboo anymore, you know, like.
Right, it's definitely becoming more mainstream, like more and more people are coming out, and more people are open, and there's also more people that are like non-binary or like gender fluid. Like gender has definitely, I feel like it used to be sexuality. It was all about like being gay and lesbian and bi. Now we're on to like your like people's genders at this point, and like their sexuality,
their identity,
like how you identify. And it's just, I don't know, I think it's really cool now, and people are learning more and more that like just because you're born one way doesn't mean you have to live that way.
You have to fit in, you know, a stereotypical box, you know.
Of what it is. Like, just because you have this part, biologically, you have to live this life. But really, I feel like our brains are so much more than that. Like, that's why you are able to decide. And you know how you feel and stuff. Do you feel like, just like with coming out, do people ever tell you, like, oh, it's a choice? Like, do you ever feel like people tell you that? Or have you heard that?
I think I have gotten it a few times, and I'm like, it's really not.
I feel like I chose to transition, but I didn't choose to feel like a woman.
It's thoughts that you have. You can't really help what you think. You
know,
and
how you feel and how you act. Like it was all, because I feel like I'm not the same, but I am the same as I was before I transitioned. I'm just like more comfortable, more happy, and I look how I feel on the inside, and I'm not like pretending to be something. Now I can just like be myself and everything. I don't know. Overall my coming out experience was pretty smooth, as you guys can hear and see. My family was pretty supportive, and I don't know, like I just kind of nipped it in the bud and just told them, and then I told the whole world through online. So it was, the hardest part was myself. My biggest obstacle in coming out was myself. The whole time I was in the way of letting myself come out, if that makes sense. Because I was in fear of, what's my mom gonna think? What's my friends gonna think? What's this? But really, once I did all that, it was so anticlimactic. Like nothing bad happened. I was like, bitch, I should have done this a long time ago.
The fear was real. Like I do remember that. Like just wanting to come out, and you're like, oh, you know, just anxiety, and you know.
No, for real. It was super, super, super scary. But here we are, looking like fish. Oh, can we say that? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, well, I guess we'll let you guys go. I feel like we got some good stuff. This was the first episode, so I feel like we got a lot of things out and opened up about some stuff. So yeah.
We'll let some more out.
Yeah. Where can we follow you?
I have my Instagram. I don't know, Facebook.
Yeah, Gia
Sky. SKYE.
Yes, and what's your Instagram handle?
Allabout.gigi.
Gigi. And you can find me at Landon Patterson. Of course, I'm gonna have it all in the description box down below. All of our stuff where you can follow us, and then just make sure you subscribe and you click that little bell, because you'll be notified when I upload the next video. And if you are watching this, comment down below what topic you would like us to touch on next time we film. We are open to it all. Just trans issues, girl issues.
Okay, not all. They're gonna be like, oh, let's make out. So
okay, not. None of that, but we're
Scissor sisters.
yeah, we are ready to open up to you, and hopefully these stories and listening to us help you guys. So
We'll be here with open ears and open legs. So.
and our open hearts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.